BPD stands for borderline personality disorder, which is a mental illness that occurs in young teenagers, and it affects people's personality.
BPD stands for bipolar disorder, which is different moods which go between periods of happiness and depression.
I think BPD is when someone can't decide what personality they want to be.
Borderline personality disorder is when somebody engages in activities that are directly harming themselves, I guess. Risky behavior, promiscuous attitude.
BPD to me, not to me, it means borderline personality disorder. It means you have unstable moods, relationships, and you get violent. It's not to be taken lightly. You need therapy, you need doctor intervention.
BPD, I think it stands for borderline personality disorder. I think it's when people have bad relationships, you know?
Like, you're depressed about your personality and you don't like your
assuming that it's bipolar disorder. I cheat and I do not know what BPD is. I do know you're doing a research project on forms of depression or mental illness per se.
I'm guessing it's something about depression. Like bipolar depression.
Borderline personality disorder is most likely when you have difficulties defining who you are as a personality. You go through different things every day. And
BPD is borderline personality disorder. I don't really know exactly much about it, but I do know the name. And I also know that a lot of other people...
Hi, I'm Doc Ocken. I was asked what BPD is, and if it's bipolar disorder, I think is an imbalance in brain neurotransmitters. Sometimes they're high, sometimes they're low, and it's sometimes controllable by drugs, but not always, and it causes unpredictable mood swings.
BPD, what do you think it means?
I don't know, maybe like bipolar
Oh my
depression.
God, what does it mean? Something personality disorder. But it means that it's like a split personality, so they have trouble with social situations, and they have sometimes they have anger problems and maybe suicidal, self-harm, stuff like that. I can't think of what the B means though. But it's definitely hard. People living with it.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Mercaldi, and I'm here to tell you a little about BPD and what I know about it in order to inform myself and you as a viewer. So BPD is borderline personality disorder, and it is a mental illness that is usually diagnosed between a young adolescent, young adult, or a teenager even. It affects over 5% of Americans, which is over 14 million people. Now that 5% does seem quite small because it's only 5% out of 100, but 14 million people is a ginormous number that you and I both can agree is pretty big. It can be diagnosed from a patient having an interview with a doctor that can diagnose people with mental illnesses, and they also might interview your family or your friends who know you a little better so they can diagnose you correctly. Speaking of that terms, it's usually misdiagnosed with bipolar disorder because bipolar disorder is usually between a mental change between weeks and months even possibly versus BPD, which is a change in maybe a day or two or even less than that. It's just a shorter period, and that's really where it gets misdiagnosed most of the time. Some common symptoms of BPD are fear of being alone, unstable relationships, and impulse behavior. So that is what I know about BPD, and I hope you learned a lot through this video. Thank you.